All right. Hey, what do you do when life doesn't turn out the way you thought it would? What you do? What happens after the heartbreak, after the disappointment, after the rejection? Come on, let's get into it. After the loss, after the dream changes, get rerouted. What's happening? What we doing? After you survive something you thought you never would have survived. That's the part of the story we don't talk about enough. The journey after the ashes. Welcome to Beauty for Ashes, the journey, baby, where we have real conversations with real people about real journeys. We don't come here pretending the ashes never existed. We acknowledge the ashes. We share the story. We honor the healing. We embrace the becoming. Yes. We speak hope forward. We're not staying in it. I'm your host, Dorcas Mary Edowu, Honest ED. And around here, we believe that no matter your age, no matter what you've experienced, and no matter how many times life has forced you to begin again, your story is not over. So pull up a seat, bring your truth, bring your testimony, bring the parts of your journey that aren't perfectly packaged. Because somebody listening may discover the courage to keep going simply because you had the courage to tell your story. Welcome to Beauty for the Ashes, the journey, baby. Let's talk about it. Come on and get a virtual round of applause. Come on in if this is your first time here. Welcome. Let us know where you're watching from. Put your questions. We talking together, y'all. This is a conversation we are all having together. And I pray that somebody that is seeking the answers they've been praying for it, find them right here. All right. Today we have with us, we got family in the house today, y'all. We got family. Hey, we are family. Hey, hey.
Hey,
We got Erica in the house. Yeah, let's get her virtual round of applause. And we have a celebration. It's a celebration. Okay. Can we say she has queened up and she is building her queendom. Let's go. Okay, unapologetically. All right,
right.
period. I present to some and introduce to others Miss Erica. You want to greet the people, greet the Kingdom family? Family?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I just want to say thank you for having me. I'm blessed to be here and highly favored, I would
All
say.
right, come on. Come on.
And I just want to say hello to all out there. And it's gonna be a good one today. I hope this
All
helps
right, absolutely.
someone. Someone.
Yes, yes, yes. And that is the goal, y'all. So before we get into Miss Erica's testimony, because she got a real one, y'all, I want y'all to get your notebooks, okay? Get your pens, get your notebooks, get your journals out, and get these jewels in your repertoire, okay? Don't just listen, take it in. Let it take root in your heart, your mind, and your soul. Because every testimony, everything that we've gone through is to help somebody else. So once again, y'all let us know in the comments where you're watching. If this is your first time, welcome, Kingdom family. We welcome you in. This is a safe space and we welcome you in. No judgment zone, too. Okay? No judgment over here. We walking in the love of Jesus and know it, and feel it. All right, Miss Erica, I am going to, this is right here is where I want to give you the opportunity to share your testimony the way that God has given it to you to share.
Okay. Where do I start? Hmm.
Okay.
I would just say this. I grew up in a home with both my parents on drugs. Not just my mom, but my dad. And my mom was she was doing good. She had an excellent job, worked for the post office. her and my dad got divorced. You know, she went through the strains of separation. So she went through the depression, the nervous breakdown of being, you know, abused, misused, and he worked for the bus company. So they had really good jobs. So this happens to anyone. And so she just kept dealing with the mental breakdowns, the just the attacks of the enemy. Now that I'm
Yes.
older, I know. Cause we used to call her, "Oh, she in the mood today. Oh, she in the mood," and it was just spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Them was spirits. Oh, the spirit is
Yeah.
still on it, but it wasn't a godly spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So she would have moods. And so I had to grow up fast. I had to think. And my brother, he was me and my brother and my mom. My dad went to jail for, you know, trying to kill my sister, my sister's mother and grandmother. So he was on the wrong, he was missing. Once he got out of jail, he was, you know, on drugs. My mother on drugs. I didn't stay with my mom since I was 8 years old. So that's 40 years. I'm 48. So that's 40 years. So I'm just going to lead it however, you know, however it go. But yes, 40 years
Right.
I haven't stayed with my mom. I still loved her. I still respected her. And no one is not going to disrespect her, no matter what walk of life she has. So
Right.
with that being said, I live with family. I live with my grandmother. I lived with my aunt. Actually, I ran away when I was 8 years old. I lived with my grandmother my grandfather, you know, he passed away, but he came to Milwaukee and picked up me, my brother, because my mom had got into it with the police. She had a breakdown. She's a fighter. She got into it with the police. So he took us in the middle of the night, took us to our grandmother's house. So by that time, I was maybe about 4 years old. So I was staying with my grandmother. My grandmother, she took care of me, my brothers, my uncles, you know. And my mom I guess she went on a 72-hour hold. She get out that 72-hour hold, and then we came to Madison. But we end up, you know, staying with my grandmother for a while. The system took us from our mom. But we stayed with our
Mm-hmm.
mom for a while. And then that's when the SSI came out. She wanted to play this game for us, a free check, because she was very highly intelligent. Like I said, she worked for the post office for years.
Right.
So they had this the let's give you a history of me, of what the trauma, the things I went through.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
we lived in Madison, and she got us back, and so she always had a nice house, clean house. She took care of us, but then she got with, you know, she still dealt with like mental illness, as far as depression, or, you know, but she also had a calling on her life. She could see things.
Come
She can
on.
see
Come
things. She
on.
can tell you what's going on. Oh, you know, evangelist as they call them, or a seer. You know,
Mm-hmm. Right.
you know, she
Right.
can see things. And, you know, they had the
Mm-hmm.
little SSI game. So she was like, I'm going to go and get me a check. They gave her medicine. She started taking the medicine. Then she was like, oh, I ain't taking, you know, before appointments. Oh, I ain't taking no more. And they gave her an imbalance. She really couldn't take
Mm-hmm.
care of us no more. She tried the best she could. My brother
Right. Right.
went on about his business. And so I stayed with my mom. Oh, and oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness. So I stayed with my mom because I'm a ride or die. That's just who I am as a person, my DNA, my makeup. And sometimes you stay in
Right.
places longer than you should.
Come on. Come on.
So
Talk about it. Mm.
that was that. And we end up, you know, things weren't working out right. So we end up got taken from her. She got herself, we went and moved my grandmother. She got herself back together. We was gone for maybe 6 months to a year. We would see her all the time. She got us back, and then she started, oh, we could tell, oh, I see that football pill. I was very observant. I was telling my brother, Steven, you see that? She got that football pill. Oh, did you see that? That stuff in that cabinet? And she'll give us allowance. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. So they used to send us to Milwaukee on the weekends. So I said, you know what? I was fourth grade. I said, when we get our allowance this weekend, we leaving. He was like, really? I was like, yeah, we're going to pack our bag. We leaving. We ain't coming back. He was back and forth in the system. Like I said, I stayed with my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And staying with my grandmother, I stayed with my uncles and different things like that. So I still, that wasn't my mom. I was missing that love from my mom. Because even though you with family, they don't treat you like you are theirs. You're somebody, and sometimes you're just a check. So,
Come on.
you sometimes you just a check. So I said, oh, when we get our allowance, she gave us $100. She used to give us $100 bill. So I was like, ooh, we get our allowance, we gone. He was like, okay. We got our allowance. We packed our bags. I was the ringleader. He's 4 years older than me. I was like, we gonna get our stuff. We going to Auntie's house. We got our stuff and we hit it and never been back since.
Come on.
My mother was on drugs. I used to miss her. I used to have fits at school, but I didn't understand my emotions. I had my cycle young. So with that being, every month I would have a fit at school. And they told me, you keep acting up, we're gonna put you in a special class. And I'm thinking, no, you not. So I had to
Right.
get myself together. I had to realize, like, you know what? You better have
Right.
control of your emotions. But even then,
Yes.
when I stayed there with my aunt, my brother said, I'm cool on all this. He ran away and went to the street, started selling drugs. He'll come by
Mm.
and give me an outfit, give me some money, buy me some shoes. But I was there and I had older cousins. They 4 and 5 years older than me. So I'm learning all kind
Mm.
of stuff. I used to drinking, it's
Mm.
to smoking, it's it's a lot going on. And so I wouldn't see my mother for maybe a couple times a year. Maybe she'd just pop up out the blue. Oh, your mother's here. And then they'd be like, because my aunt went and got custody of us. We was like, we ain't going back. So she went and got custody
Mm.
of us. And she'll pop up every so often, or they'll start sending us to Madison. Now they sending us to Madison, or me to Madison every weekend. Every weekend. And but I didn't see my mom, so I had a void that was missing. I didn't have that motherly love like most people. They have a relationship with their mother, and it's like she knows to this day of something, even in the state she's in, because yes, she's still battling her. She has her battles she's dealing with, but she'll call
Right.
me. Oh, Erica, what's going on? It's like she know when I was kind of like sad or something. Even though, so I
Mm.
once I got older, I realized I might not have that motherly connection that everybody else had with their mom raising. I feel like she did the best she could do with what she had to do, because she was dealing with her
Right.
trauma and her things she had going on in her life, where she didn't get the proper help she need, because you had people looking at her and downing her. But she may do drugs, but you on alcohol. So what's the difference? No
Exactly. Let's talk
sin is
about it
different. No sin is different
from the
from the
other.
next. So
None.
she'll tell you, yeah, I may do
Gossip, the
this.
whole nine.
Yeah. So that was that. Well, I got to the point what I'm getting to. I got to the point I can't be what my circumstances was. I got to be
Right.
better than that, because I was always surviving. I had to survive.
Mm.
My dad went to jail. He was in jail for 10 years. My mom dealing with these drugs and depression. And I'm just kind of fending for myself. So I had to grow up fast. I had to figure it out. I was very smart. I'm still smart. So
Absolutely.
life
Absolutely.
cycles. I had kids young. My person I lived with told me I was what, 15, I got pregnant. 15 years
Mm.
old, got pregnant with my first child. I was living with my aunt. And they was, of course, getting the check. And so I hid my pregnancy because, I'm scared. What I'm going to do? Well, what I'm going to do?
Right.
I'm 15 years old, pregnant. I'll be 16 in a couple months. But I got this baby. Now I got to back in survival mode. What am I going to do? So I didn't tell
Right.
nobody. I'm 4 months pregnant. I got to get an ultrasound. Me and my friends sneak up there. And the doctor called the house to get permission to treat a minor. And once they
Oh.
did that, cat was out the bag. And by that time, my
Right.
dad was out of jail. And he told me, you messing with boys? I was like, ugh, no. All along I knew I was 3 months pregnant. Pregnant.
Right. Right.
Come on, no.
Come on.
So they called and they was like, oh. So then all of a sudden I get to school Monday. I come home. That was like a Friday. That was a Friday. I come home. Oh, you pregnant? My cousin Treese got rest her soul. She like, Erica, it's okay.
Yes. Yes.
Don't worry about it. I had a child young. I'll be there for you. She was the only one that told me I'll be there for you.
Wow.
She told me don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
So come to school. I go to school. I'm still going to school. I go to school. The counselor comes say, "Oh, we hear you having problems at home." I said, "I don't have no issues. Oh, you being disrespectful. You being this and that." It's like I don't have no issues. I wasn't gonna tell him the lady tried to whoop me, and I wasn't about to let her whoop me because I was pregnant.
Right.
But I wasn't gonna get her in trouble either. Once again, survival mode, surviving,
Yes. Yes.
thinking
Yes. Yes.
all the pieces on not the checkerboard, but on the chessboard, putting
Right.
all the pieces together. So I wasn't about to tell him that. I'm pregnant, so I'm sleep, wake up. Oh, we gotta go. I'm sleep. So by that time the week passed, it was Friday. I'm knocked out sleep. I'm young. I'm going to school. I'm studying. I'm pregnant. I'm tired. So I'm asleep. I slept from Friday when I got home from school about 4 o'clock all the way to the next morning. The next morning they get me up. Oh,
Wow.
Erica, get dressed. We about to go. I said, where we going? Oh, we about to get some ice cream. I was like, I gotta get my keys. Oh, don't worry about it. They take me to a ride, take me for a ride. I'm like, this ain't no. I'm real observant. Like I said, survival mode. So I'm looking
Right.
around. I don't. What you mean? I don't see no ice cream. We going all down to the east side. Oh, we going. We done passed Tasty Twist. We done passed all the ice
Okay.
cream places. We
Right.
go to this big old mansion. We go in, and they say, yeah. So your aunt said, that you're pregnant and she can't take care of you. Yeah, they told me I wasn't gonna get nothing but $83 extra.
Uh
Oh,
oh. Uh
okay.
oh.
So by that time I'm in defense mode. I don't have no time to cry and be sad. I said, well, I need to get my stuff. Oh, we got to pack this in the car.
Ah,
They just packed my stuff up while I was asleep. So the man was like, what's your plan? I said, well, I'm gonna have to get a job and give me a place to stay.
right.
Well, what about school? They used to tell me, oh, you ain't gonna be nothing. You gonna be crazy like your mama. You ain't gonna be nothing.
Oh Lord.
Keep listening to the story. So I said, oh, okay. Oh, I love you. No, love, that ain't love right there. You pack
Come
my stuff while I'm
on.
asleep. And how I'm supposed to process, I'm 16 now. How I'm supposed to process this? I said, oh, okay. They calling me. I don't want to talk to her. I ain't answering not a phone call. By this
Right.
time, my mom get wind of it. She come down from out of town and she is cutting up. And I got a pass one weekend. And that's when y'all lived on King Drive. I came inside. We was all over there. We all stayed over there in them
Mm.
new apartments on King Drive.
Right. Right.
I had got a pass out my group home. And my mother came down here and acted a fool. Why telling her sister, why you put her in a group home? Why you do this and that? That is my child. Why would you do this? This and that. And so I kept it moving. End up went with my dad. They all on drugs, him, his sister, because they told me I got 2 weeks or I'm going into a foster home, me and my child. And I was like, oh, that ain't finna happen.
Oh no. Right. Right. Right.
That's not finna
Woo.
happen. And my kid's father, he was 18. He a family, he got 11 brothers and sisters. So I wasn't about to go stay with them either. So my
Right.
dad was like,
Right.
I call around. So he's like, you know what, Erica? Even though he was what he was, he showed up in the places he needed to. He said, you know
Mm.
what, Erica? Don't worry about it. I got you. You gonna come over here with his at his sister house. And she was like, she can only stay for a couple weeks. I was like, whatever. So I stay, and the people was like, we gonna call you. They never called back. They just left me there. As long as I had a safe place to stay, they weren't calling back. They weren't trying to check. Let me find her a place. So I was there. So I get comfortable. I end up having my child, and then things start changing again. Because guess what? Now I got to survive because I'm living in a house. I'm starting to get food stamps and a little check. She make me pay rent $100. So she was making me be responsible. I can respect that, my aunt on my dad's side. But
Right.
that's when
Right.
you had paper food stamps. Food stamps
Right.
came
That
missing.
booklet. Right.